Hi, this is Bill at Home DVD, and welcome to the first of our series of unscripted video shorts. Essentially, these are going to be video representations of our FAQ page and the very many questions we get from our customers over the phone or through the emails. And it would be nice to get a more of an entertaining visual representation in answering the question through a video rather than a boring text page. So we're going to talk first. The first series is going to be regarding films. Now these are the home movie films that have been popularized through the 40s right through the 80s, and that's the 8 and the Super 8 films. And our first question that's going to answer is, what is the difference between 8 and Super 8 film? So we'll do 8mm first, and we'll do a mock-up of the 8mm film with a celluloid equivalent or a quasi one, and lo and behold, it is 8mm across or thereabouts. This is the celluloid body or acetate, depends on the film stock. And we'll draw in the photographic stuff, and these are the individual film frames. And because 8mm inherited a lot of properties from 16mm, it carries on the tradition by putting square sprockets at the dividing point between, my palette seems to be misbehaving, between the film frames. They're square. It's very obvious what they are if you unwind your film. And essentially, if you unwound it, yes, you'd exactly see this kind of look. It'll be a square film. Now, one of the curious things about 8mm film is that the film doesn't get exposed, and there's picture in this area here, right down to the edge. But you don't see it simply because the projector gate cuts it off. And the gate is that little hole in the projector where the light shines through from the projector light, the bulb, that really hot bulb that can melt your film, through to the lens onto your projection screen. And all you see is this part of the screen, which is in its cinematic size of about 4:3. And that's essentially as 4 picture elements this way versus 3 picture elements that way. So this picture part gets cut off. The other interesting aspect of 8mm film that was really experimented in the 60s and really never took off either is the ability for the film to support audio. And it was done through a magnetic track. And it ran along this edge here. Now, the very first types of film that came out with audio support, the main track ran along the bottom here. It was thicker and typically monaural, and this side of the track was again magnetic material but never encoded, more to do with stabilizing this film, because there's 2 different types of materials. There's a celluloid and then there's the metal component there, so it prevents the film from warping. Another aspect that was experimented with was an optical audio track that I never came across. It might have been a very popular thing elsewhere, but certainly not here in North America. So let's take a look now at Super 8 film. When you want your palette to work, it won't. Okay, again, it'll be a visual representation here of the celluloid. Again, 8mm, just because it was Super 8 didn't mean it was any wider. What was wider was the actual film frame itself than over 8mm. Again, we can divide it up with our film frames. And the sprockets this time were in the middle, and they were rectangular. It's a dead giveaway if you unrolled your film, if you weren't sure what it was. Unroll it and just look at the geometry of the sprocket and where it is in relation to the frame itself. It would be dead center and rectangular. Super 8, I guess, was building on the failures of the 60s, did support audio, and it did carry on. For those who invested in it and migrated from 8 to Super 8, they flocked to the audio part. It was a little bit more expensive at the when you first bought it, because you did have to process it separately. But essentially, it was the same idea. But this time the magnetic track, or the monaural, the main track, was over on this side, and the stabilizing track was on this side. Again, some adventurous, more custom projector and camera people took advantage of the fact that there were two independent tracks here and did the stereo thing. Never really took off either, but we've done several, so it's not like it's not around. The other thing Super 8 did support, again I didn't see it as well, is optical audio, which ran along this track. I've not seen it, and again might have been a popularized thing somewhere else in the world, but not here in North America. That's it for the main differences. We're going to be doing 16mm next, and we'll catch you on the next video. Thank you.